So,
because this is what at least means.
right, so at least means greater than or equals to. We'll have x being greater than or equals to 5. So this is our first constraint. Our first constraint is x being greater than or equals to 5. The next constraint is the number of folder must be at least twice the number of calculator. At least twice the number of calculators.
So, sir, it would be 2y is more than or equal to x.
Look at it again. Look at it again. The number of folders she buys
Sorry.
must be.
Y is greater than or equal to 2x.
So y must be greater than or equals to 2x. Very good. Read the next constraint for me, somebody. The third constraint, somebody read that for me.
A calculator costs $20 and a folder costs $5. Miss James must spend no more than $300. So,
Okay, wait there. So let us understand what is this. No more than. What does this mean? No more than. If on Wednesday you get a
less than or
question,
equal to.
so it must be less than. So when you see more than, no more than, it's less than or equals to $300. And so 20x, so 20x plus 5y equals or equals to 300. All right, but this can be simplified. Right? So this can be simplified. So whenever you get equations like these, you try to simplify them. And when we simplify this, we get 4x. We get 4x because we're going to divide by 5. 4x plus y is less than or equals to 60.
Excuse me, sir, if you don't simplify it, you could lose marks because we teach you never teach me how to like do the he's just tell me that we left it just like the
When you're plotting, you'll find issues with plotting it. So the teacher does do the simplification for you.
oh.
Right. You weren't noticing that, but does you do the simplification? All right. Now, we need to plot x greater than 5, y greater than or equals to 2x, and for x plus y being less than 60 or equals to 60. We need to plot those 3 lines on the graph. So what I want you to do is to follow the instruction here, rule up your graph sheet quickly, and follow the instruction here. All right, so follow instruction and rule up your graph sheet. Don't take more than 3 minutes to do that. So are we ready now? All right, so we want to plot this.
Yes, sir.
This point. Now, this point is a line that runs through 5 on the x-axis. Right, so this line is a line x being greater than or equals to 5. The other two graphs, you need to find when y equals 0. When y equals 0, what is x? And when x equals 0, what is y? So bear that in mind for these two graphs. When x equals to 0, what is y? And when y equals to 0, what is x? This one is a special case because in both cases, y is going to be equal to 0 and x equals 0. So what I always say to students is that you choose now, after you use y equals 0, you can say what is x equal when x equals to, and you can say whether when x equals to 10, right, to get it, you choose a point. So when x equal to 10, y is going to equal to 20, and then you plot them. This is when x equals to 0, y equals 0. When x equals to 10, then y is going to be equals to 20. And you draw a straight line through. So you only need 2 points to draw lines in linear programming. Right? The good thing about it is that you don't have to show the examiner how you come by those 2 points. But bear in mind, the easier way to identify these 2 points is to ask when x equal to 0 for the first point and when y equal to 0 for the second point. And again, in the case of the y being greater than or equals to 2x, you know that if you put in when x equal to 0, you're going to get 0 for y. So you choose another point value for x. Clear to everybody?
Sir, can you go over y is greater than or equal to 2x on the graph, please? Sir?
All right, so y is greater than or equals to 2x. So as I said, when y equal to 0, then 0 is going to be greater than or equals to 2x, right? So x in this case is going to be less than or equal to 0 over 2. So x is going to be less than 0, right? So x is going to be less than 0, but don't so the point here is going to be 0, 0. The point here is going to be 0, 0. Now if you try for x equal to 0, what is y? You're still going to get y to be equal to 0, right?
Okay, so when you have an inequality like that, you solving for x.
Right. So in this case, the y equal to 0, x equal to 0 is not feasible. Just the y equal to 0 that is feasible. So you choose another value for x other than 0. And in my case here, I choose x equals to 10. So when x equals to 10, y is going to be equal to 2 times 10, which is 20. And then now I plot these 2 points. Understand now?
So you just chose a random number 10.
Right. Nobody is going to tell you which two numbers, which number you're going to choose. But you look at your equation and you choose your number as it fit into the graph that you're asked to plot. So don't choose some ridiculous number like when x is 100, what is y? Look at your labeling for the y at the x-axis and ask yourself, if I could choose 15, could choose 20, and I could choose 25. Because if I choose 25, I have 50. All right, I couldn't choose 30 because if I choose 30, it's not on the graph and those 60 is there. You understand? Everybody understands that? So you choose 2 points. X equals 0. What is y as it relates to the third constraint? Ready now with your graph?
Sir, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
All right, so what I did was to label the 3 lines, right? As we go through, I'm going to show you little tricks as to how to handle these equation. But what you should have noticed is that if you have y equals to 60 minus 4x. You have y being less than or equals to 60 minus 4x. What you should notice is that on the x-axis, on the y-axis, the line is going to run from 60 to 15. Anybody can tell me why 15 on the x? The line runs from 60
Yes, sir.
down to 15. Why?
Okay, so basically what I did, well, cancel out doing the simplifying for it. I start off with 0. So I draw a table and I put x and y at the top. So I start off with 0. So 20 times 0 is 0 and 5 times 60 is 300. How I get 60? Because I divide 300 by 5. So this is how I get 60. And for the other one, I put 20 times 15 is 300. How I get 15? Because I divided the 300 by the 20. And then I put y as 0. Basically, I was trying to get back 300, and that's how I found my points. 60 and 15.
you have to try to minimize the length of time that you use to work these things in the exam. Remember, you have 2 hours and 40 minutes to do it. A little trick now. Here's a little trick. If when I put x equal to 0, I get 60. If I put y equals to 0, then this 4 is going to divide this 60, and so I get 15. So that's a little trick. You divide by the coefficient to get the x value. When y equal to 0, you divide this number here by whatever coefficient that is here. All right. And remember, you only need 2 points. When x equal to 0, and when y equals to 0. Those are the values that you need. All right. So this is how your graph should look like this. And here is going to be your common area. The next thing to do is to write down the coordinates of these 3 points. So write down the coordinates of these 3 points. So write them down for me.
I got 5 and 10, 10 and 20, and
Right.
5 and 30. And the expression for x and y.
Wait there. So this is 510. Let's do it slowly so that everybody can understand. So 510. This one is 15 to 10, 20.
Yes, sir. 10, 20.
20. And this one is 540.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir, the only part I don't really understand is the shading part.
All right. The shading part is the area that is bounded by all the lines of your constraint. So you have 3 lines. Where the constraint is that area that is bounded. So it's this area that is your shaded region. So this area satisfies all 3 constraints. All right. That clears it up now?
No, probably when you work at another sum that whereby you could, it's very difficult to, see which one you got to shade. Then because I just don't really understand it all at all. But this one I could have just looked at it and know is which part I have to shade.
Okay. No, it said write an expression. It says that the profit on each calculator is $6 and on each folder is 2. And so you're asked now to write an expression in X and Y for the total profit. Anybody want to give me that?
Sir, I put P is equal to $6 X plus $2 Y.
Plus $2 Y. Good. That's good. So it's just to put X beside these and add them for profit, right? Next question, write down the coordinates, which we have done already, right? And then we need to find which of these now will give you the maximum profits. So any one of these 3 that you plug into this, that you plug into this that gives you the highest value would be the answer for this. Work it, let me, and tell me what you get.
Sir, the maximum profit will be $110. We got it from using 5 and 40.
All right, so 5 and 40 gives you the maximum value. So it's 110.
Yes, sir. Sorry, when we're finding the maximum profit, we gotta write down all the workings for all the coordinates, or we could just use just one coordinator, you know?
No, you just you may have to work all, but you do not show all in your just the one that gives you the maximum. You have to show.
Oh, okay.
All right. We have 10 more minutes in this section. Everybody understands? Any question?
No, sir.
All right. Look at this one now and see if you can work this one. All right. Ready?
Yes, sir.
So we're given 3 inequalities.
Sir,
Sorry,
time.
Yeah, so we're given 3 lines in our graph. 2 of these lines were given equation 4, and then we're asked for the equation of the third line. The third line is HK, which is this line, here, right? And they ask us for the equation there. What would be the equation of that line? The equation of this line would be, it's an horizontal line. So the horizontal line must begins with X. So the equation is X equals, it runs through 6. So X equals to 6.
Sir, did you mean vertical?
Repeat.
Did you mean vertical? You confused me. You said it's a horizontal. You mean if you
Yeah,
turn it?
vertical.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
It's a vertical line. And it runs through 6 on the x-axis. So x is equal to 6. So now we're asked to write the set of 3 inequalities that define the shaded region. So this is the shaded region, and we're asked to convert the equations into inequality. This is it. This is it. For greater than or equals to, let's look at x and y. For greater than or equals to, for the x, it is to the right, R-I-G-H-T. For less than or equals to, for less than or equals to, it's to the left. For the y greater than or equals to is above. Above. The line. For less than or equals to, it's below the line. So bear this in mind. Below the line. So again,
So there's something over them on the screen. It's making it hard to see.
I'm trying to, okay. So for greater than or equals to, for the x, it would be to the right of the line. For y, it would be above the line. For less than or equals to, it is to the left of the line. And for y, it would be below the line. So if below the line is shaded to satisfy the shaded region, then it is going to be for the y would be less than or equals to. So let's take this line here, the line that says y is equal to -5/8x plus 5. Where is the shaded region of that line? Above or below? This is the line.
Above?
It will be above. So for that, it would be y is greater than or equals to -5/8 x. 5/8 x plus 5. All right. Let's look at this line now. The line that says y equals to 1, y equals to 16x plus 5. Is it above the line that is shaded or below the line?
Below.
Below. Remember, in answering that, you have to focus on the shaded region. And so that one is going to be y being less than, because it's below, less than or equals to 1/6 x plus 5. How about the line x equals y?
I put x is less than or equal to 6.
Right, so x is less than or equals to 6, because it's shaded. It is shaded. The shaded region for that line is to the left. And
So
that's,
one question.
yes.
How would you plot the graph of inequalities if you're just given the y equals, well, the y is less than or equal to 1, 6 plus 5? I don't understand how the lines are, or they would never ask you to do that.
Same
But the
way you
facts.
put x equal to 0 and y equals to 0 and come up with your 2 points. So in this case, when x equal to 0, y is going to be equal to 5, right? And when y equals to 0, then x is going to be equal to 30. That's it? Yes.
Sir,
When
can
x
you do a
equals to
quick one?
0, when y equals to 0,